I don't know if anybody knows what today is. Kyle doesn't.
Groundhog's Day?
Boom, baby, he got it. It's fucking Groundhog's Day. Don't drive angry, am I right?
What's his name? Something with a PH?
Punxsutawney Phil.
Phil, hello.
So, my catch of the week, which I want to get into, is about Groundhog's Day. I know it's not.
Okay.
It's not
Why we put the hands of our fate into a small rodent?
They're not small, by the way.
The kind of chunky boys. That'd be a solid meal if you were starving.
So, Kyle,
I would say.
it's interesting that you point that out because I saw a news article today on the internet. This is as close to the internet as we're gonna get with Groundhog's Day. I saw a news article about today's date, and it was relatively sad.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And then it got me thinking, hey, what's the history of Groundhog Day? So I looked into it, and I want to give everybody a little history lesson about sort of Groundhog Day before I get into what happened on Groundhog Day. So Punxsutawney Phil, or Punxsutawney, is a place in Pennsylvania. And
Correct.
we know Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, because that's kind of the place that Groundhog Day started, because there's a large German population there. And it started in, a tradition originating from the German Badger Day on February 2nd to predict the weather.
Badger Day?
Yes, so there's a lot of different animals that have been used to predict the weather over...
Like weather oracles of the woods?
Yes. So,
Okay.
So it originally started, it was a tradition that was linked to the Catholic Candlemas Festival, which I didn't know. I guess that's a whole other holiday.
I thought the McElroys made that up.
Yeah, I think that the McElroys need to maybe get a lawyer up a little bit
For candle nights?
Yeah.
Right? Is that what it is?
Yeah. So, but yeah, there were various superstitions that were associated with the day. The animal that was originally used to predict the weather was a bear in Germany.
Obviously. Come on. Look, guys, if you know this podcast for fucking anything, it is that we are a bear-centric podcast.
All bears, all the time. We love them.
As oracles, as truth seekers, as just frankly, a North Star for our lives.
Truly. But so over the years, it was changed to the badger when bears became scarce. I don't know what that means. I don't know if the Germans just fucking went out and slaughtered
hunted bears.
I didn't know that was a thing that was happening.
Christ.
But so Groundhog Day, the first recording of it being celebrated was 1840 in German communities in Pennsylvania, and officially commemorated in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania in 1887. The tradition was started at the Punxsutawney. Man, saying Punxsutawney this much is...
Yeah, I mean,
brutal.
Bravo, because I know how it's spelled, and looking at it does not make those sounds.
Now, John, do you know how it's spelled?
There's a lot of H's where you wouldn't expect there to be H's.
There's actually not a single H in Punxsutawney.
Wait, what?
It's spelled
Really?
Punxsutawney.
Oh, that's right. It's X's.
Yeah, it's X.
Yeah.
Sutawney. But it started at the Elks Lodge in Punxsutawney, who initially hunted groundhog as a food source and served it in a feast. Now,
great minds think alike.
I paraphrase that because every year they would go on a groundhog hunt, and they would eat them and celebrate them and have one as an ambassador to, I guess, take a gander.
A confusing message.
Yeah, at the slaughter of their family. Like, it was a fucked up celebration, man.
Yeah. Interesting way they were mentally gymnastic the way through that one.
Yeah. We're going to celebrate these groundhogs by murdering a shitload of them.
And because he said there were more weeks of winter, he must pay for his sins.
Hang him in the public square.
Look, I completely understand that. I want to ask you guys a quick question though, about this.
Sure.
These particular animals, because which one would you trust more? Because you got three animals here.
Okay,
You got a bear,
badger.
You got a badger, and you got a groundhog. Which are you putting your trust in to tell you how many more weeks of winter you got? Because I know my answer for this one.
Ooh, this is good. This is kind of like a fuck your zodiac sign. What's your favorite groundhog?
Yeah, who are you going to listen to for the weather?
Yeah. Who's your weather source animal?
I want to say badgers because badgers are fucking badass, so I'm biased. But I think I would stick with a groundhog.
Man, I'm badger all the way on this one.
Weird, John. I thought you were gonna say bear because bears aren't gonna come out till winter's over. Like they're like, I'm gonna I think I'm a bear boy over here.
The thing is, for me, I'm not relying on a bear because I know that they're fucking lackadaisical. Mm-hmm. They're just doing whatever feels good. Mm-hmm.
Unless you're Hugh Glass,
right? Or unless you're whatever that 747 Bear 747.
Yeah.
Bear Force One. They're just chilling, man. And a badger, badger is pragmatic. Badger is deliberate.
See, that's where I'm gonna have to disagree because badgers have no like thought about their own well-being. They'll go into honeybee hives and get stung just because they got the honey blinders on. I don't trust them to tell me.
Tasted honey?
I know, but the groundhog. He has a trustworthy face.
You know what? We're just going to have to agree to disagree on this one because I don't want to get heated.
I do love that we all have a different option, though. That's pretty great that happened.
I'm blown away. I thought we were literally all going to say bears. So I thought it was easily the one that made the most sense.
No.
Like when I heard that the Germans originally used a bear, or was it the Russians? The Germans. Right? Was it the Russians? I bet the Russians still use a bear.
I can't remember what's going on.
The Soviets definitely
definitely use the bears.
Those fucking Reds, the Ruskies.
Just like wearing the little hat. Like, dude. Oh my God. Okay, but I still think bear is still the best. So we can just back off of this though. We can back off.
Yeah, we all have differing opinions.
We all want to be friends. That's fine.
That portion of the tradition was discontinued because it did not attract enough interest. The groundhog slaughter, apparently. People weren't into that anymore. The largest Groundhog Day celebration is held in Punxsutawney with crowds of up to 40,000 people. Nearly 8 times the population of the town itself. The attendance has risen from an average of 2,000 to about 10,000 after the 1993 film Groundhog Day, and they still plaster Bill Murray's face all over everything during Punxsutawney festivities. The Groundhog Phil, now this is the part that's great because we have to buy in here a little bit, which is a part of the Groundhog Day lore that I really love. Phil has been the same forecasting animal since 1887 and is considered a supercentenarian. So, Punxsutawney Phil.
Wait, are you talking about he's been alive that long?
No.
How long do groundhogs live?
10 years? 8 years? I don't know. But that's part of this whole thing is they parade around a new groundhog named Phil. And we're all supposed to be like, oh, he's 200 years old. It's that old curmudgeonly Phil.
It's that wise old bastard.
In 2019, Phil was summoned to come out at 7:25 a.m. on February 2nd, but did not see his shadow. Fans watched the event live via a stream provided by... So it was the first live stream in 2019, which was also great. Now,
I can't believe it took that long.
Since you've done this research, and I love that we're spending this much time on this particular topic, because I did look at the news today and be like, why the fuck are we still doing this? How does someone know that he's seen something? Because is it like how I have admittedly never looked into this process at all.
Same.
I'm just like I read the news and I'm like, all right,
saw a shadow, I guess.
But like, where is the shadow? How does he see it? Is there like a laser? What is
they tracking his ocular path to see if he's actually locating the shadow? What's the tech here?
I think when he comes out, is he scared?
Does he poop?
Yeah, I think he gets like scared and he goes back in his hole or something. Like they yank him.
It's fucking cold, man.
This is why I trust bears with this matter. They know when to go back to sleep.
I mean, I do feel like there is a little bit of human intervention in whether or not he sees a shadow or not. You know what I mean? Because in all of these, they bring out this rodent and they hold him up and they go, "Did you see it? Did you see it?
Did you see it?" Just in front of 40,000 people.
He poops.
Yeah.
It's live streamed around the world, baby. Millions of people are watching.
I'd want to go back in my hole.
The fact that he has seen he has not seen his shadow at all during these events is wild because of just the fanfare. But yeah, I think he just gets scared and like he tries to like get out of their mitts. So I also learned
the grubby paws.
I also learned other states have their own Phil. They have their own groundhog. And so I want to go over a couple of the names. There is Staten Island Chuck is a groundhog for Staten Island. There is Midtown Mel for Central Jersey. We've got...
Hold on. So Staten Island Chuck just did not want to do alliteration.
Some don't do alliteration, and some do alliteration where you're like, why is it that? Yeah. Which is the next one I'm about to say, which is Dunkirk Dave from Buffalo, I think.
I thought it was going to be from Dunkirk. Okay, but
yeah, he was there. He was on the beaches. He's also a Supercentenarian.
He won an Academy Award.
We've also got French Creek Freddy, which West Virginia. Another Chesapeake Chuck, or sorry, not another another Chuck. This one's from Chesapeake.
Another Chuck. That one makes sense. Get in line, Staten Island.
And then we've also got Sir Walter Wally, which he is from I don't know where. A northeastern state.
Do we have one? Is this just like a New England thing? That's what I'm getting right now.
It's like a New England thing because of the large German population of people.
Kyle, the West Coast doesn't have winter. We just have horrific events.
Dude, I need to know if the groundhog is gonna give me a shadow so I can get 6 more weeks of sick swell, dude. The winter swell.
Gotta get it pumping.
I mean, winter's the best for surfing.
There are famously no German people that live in California either. We all know that. So those are some of the other groundhogs. But the real sad news that I saw on the internet was that a groundhog from Canada also celebrates this. Their groundhog is named Fred la Marmotte. And he unfortunately was found dead hours before
in his apartment. I'm just imagining, like, it starts reading like that already.
With a belt around his neck
at the Chateau Marmont.
Yeah. Yes. He OD'd at the Chateau Marmont. So, Fred la Marmotte, the Canadian groundhog, was found dead hours before Groundhog Day prediction. And I have a really ominous sounding quote from the organizer of the event, Roberto Blondin.
Wow.
And he says, quote, "In life, the only thing that's certain is that nothing is certain."
Oh my gosh. Everyone's like totally torn up.
Yeah.
He's like, I am afraid we have 6 more years of winter up here in Canada.
George R.R. Martin was right.
When a groundhog dies before Groundhog Day, it is the end for us all.
I am afraid that dark winter has arrived.
He goes on to say, well, this year it's true. It's true and it's unfortunate. I announce to you the death of Fred. One headline or one like subheader says, how did Fred la Marmotte die? As if it was going to be anything other than natural causes.
Indeed.
Yeah. He was assaulted.
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Big Summer didn't want to hear shit about winter being extended.
And so, yeah, it was a sad day for the groundhog community. They lost one of their, although it is weird that they let this out after, I mean, this is Canada, so maybe they don't follow the whole, he's a supernatural being that has lived for hundreds of years. I don't know if that's part of their tradition.
Be a lot cooler if it was.
I know they kind of broke the magic there a little bit, but so yeah, Fred la Marmotte, the groundhog, has died, and it's a sad day for Groundhog Day.
He died today.
Yeah, he died on Groundhog Day. Quite ominous.
2/2/23.
Mm-hmm. God, it would have been so much better if he had died last year for the date 2222.
Oh yeah, just straight twos across
stupid
the headstone.
Fred, you stupid rodent.
You fucked it up, dude.
I also
the tiniest headstone.
I left this out, but they also there's a Latin translation of groundhog, and it is bear rat. So I thought that was good. So I think maybe we should just start calling him that again.
Bear rats? Hell yeah. That's cool. I love that.
I went to the Natural History Museum in New York once and saw the Latin translation for dinosaur bones, and it was translated to heavy lizard.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
And that was one of my favorite discoveries.
That sounds like the name of like a corporation in a like cyberpunk dystopian future.
Heavy Lizard Inc.
And everyone wanted to know which president was the true throat goat. And
okay, I do remember this.
And they are all some sort of eldritch monsters of yore, right?
Yes.
She was also selling videos of her farting in the jar.
I hate this so much. I hate everything about this.
yeah.
Security over.